The 10th Western Derby with the umpires Howlett, Hanley and Morris. And there's the first bounce. Michael goes up and taps it down. Norris hurriedly. Norris kicked it through the fingertips of Mainwaring, the men who tossed the coin just moments ago. It ricochets back to Morrison under the pump, taken by Reed. Shrugs a tackle, kicks it towards the outer side wing. It bounces just inside the field of play. Braun gathered it magnificently. Philip Matera tackled from behind by Clement, knocked the ball away from him. Goes again. There's going to be a free kick though, and it's going the Dockers' way. Be taken by Bond. Plays on immediately. Fletcher, seeing so much of the ball recently, goes to Clement. He's at right half back. In round one had Fraser Gehrig. Fraser Gehrig, of course, not playing in this one. In fact, broke down yesterday. Bad news for the Eagles. Clement around the outer side. Long kick towards half forward. Jakovic over the top of Michael. Gets a fist on it. Knocks it away out of bounds. Boundary throw in.
Dennis, it's Adrian on the boundary. The benches for both sides. West Coast, Dean Kent, Rowan Jones, Chad Rintoul and Laurie Bellotti, who started on the bench. Balls in the ruck for Fremantle, Harding, Taylor, Gale and Prescott.
I knew it was you. Jakovic hurriedly onto the boot, bouncing it down towards half forward. In front is White. Parker right there with him, close to the boundary line. Off the heel of White and across the line.
James Clement picking up Phil Matera, which obviously a mismatch in terms of height.
There's Bond coming away. Hurried kick inside the centre square. Taken by Black. Gives it across to Fletcher. Fletcher to Waterhouse. Black continues to run. Waterhouse directed by a man alongside. That's Fletcher. Ignores those instructions. Kicks long down towards full forward. Big pack at the drop of this one. Ball was in front. Callahan brilliantly done. Smothered off the boot by McIntosh. Off the ground by Jakovic. Mainwaring. Big roar goes up. Mainwaring back inside the centre square. High bouncing ball. Down went Fuster. Braun picked it up brilliantly. Braun comes away. What a season he's having. Spears the ball in. And it's taken by Metropolis. Metropolis 55 metres out. Goes long down towards full forward. Clement needs to punch it away. Oh, took a risk. Philip Matera picks it up. Kicks a goal. You've got to punch it.
Yeah, it's up behind the play, just in front of the goal square. Also, Dennis, players are getting involved. It's so important in big games to start well. Mainwaring has to take a lot of credit of getting the footy forward. That's a signature Mainwaring clearance. Good contest there, and as Dennis suggested, you must clear the area if you decide to punch the ball. He didn't on that occasion. Matera, terrific crumbing player. He was in the right spot to kick the early goal. Good start, Eagles.
Philip Matera just rolls on, keeps kicking goals. Play restarts. Michael goes up into the path of Fletcher, coming across Mainwaring. The two veterans. Fletcher ran into a dead end, bounced off Reed. Comes to McManus, goes looking for Modra within range. Tony Modra will kick from about 45 out. "56 goals for the season. Sharp angle. But the breeze could be helping here, just pushing it in from right to left. Modra's kick is on the way. It's close. Behind. Did not miss by much.
And there is some interesting matchups in midfield. Braun has got the job on Fletcher, and also Banfield's running with the dangerous Brodie Holland.
Eagles by 5 points. It was Holmes offering a lead. Off a step, McIntosh gets the ball to Reed, bounces off Norris and sends play towards the outer side wing. Mainwaring too slick. Rapunda missed it. Sliding in was Wills. Mainwaring over the top, crashing in Michael. Rapunda knocks it forward. Sliding in is Fletcher. Taken strongly. A whistle. And the bounce on the outer side. Home game for the Eagles. Crowd support with them, of course.
Free kick off the footy here, Dennis.
Fletcher goes down towards half forward. Waterhouse close to the boundary line. It's going to be a free kick to the Eagles. Rapunda to take it. Casually to Braun, who started very well. Slips over, but no damage done. Braun kicking up towards half forward. Morrison. McKenna was in front. Morrison, the leaper, comes to White. Close to the boundary line. Taken across by Waterhouse. White's not happy. Unflappable, Mitchell White. Although almost flapped there. 5 points the difference. Eagles on top. They've got the only goal in the game. A whistle and a free kick is going to Fuster, I fancy. Brendan Fuster out towards left half forward. He's a thumping kick. Cummings runs to the pocket. The ball hangs high in the air. O'Reilly almost a mark in the end. Metropolis taken down by O'Reilly. Whistle, ball up.
And just at the other end of the ground, Dennis, Guy McKenna's got the job on Clive Waterhouse, and also Brad Wirra. He's got the probably defensive role in the Fremantle Dockers forward line to contain the run of Wirpunda.
Bandy knocked it first. Morrison knocked it second. Coming away, McManus driving it up towards midfield, and Braun comes back and takes the mark after Fletcher had the misfortune to slip over. Braun comes in short. Matera, he's 60 metres from goal. Peter Matera back this afternoon. He was in splendid form before he missed a couple of games. Cummings slips away from O'Reilly, and he's marked about 35 metres out slight angle.
Yeah, well, this is a terrific build-up once again by the Eagles. Very efficient in their ball use. Cummings very quick on the lead. He has been a very good acquisition for the Eagles this year. Does lead very direct and straight, but more importantly, he's kicked goals for the Eagles.
Scotty Cummings, 64 goals for the season, including 8 out of 12 against Carlton round 10 in a loss. Going at the Eagles' second right here, his first of the afternoon. High fives all round.
It's a good start by the West Coast Eagles. You can see there's a little bit of heat in the game. A few players niggling each other already. That's always going to be the case out here in these Western derbies, but a good solid start to the West Coast Eagles. Very much a different forward line setup. They've got Cummings and Phil Matera still down deep in the forward line, but Daniel Metropolis, a bit of a surprise going forward, and Chad Morrison, who's played mainly half-back this year, is up forward as well.
The margin 11 points. The Eagles on top. One down by Michael. Braun didn't have it. Will he get a free kick? Yes, he will. He started brilliantly. On the lead, the mark is taken by Metropolis.
And Dennis, that was interesting having a look at their forward structure just at that centre bounce. They had 4 players directly in line with the centre circle and the front of the goal square. Metropolis and Cummings started deep. Fuster was about 20 to 30 metres directly in front of those 2 players, and across the centre half forward line there was Mitchell White.
Saw the replay. Banfield paid advantage. So Metropolis directly in front. Kicks another one for the Eagles. Flying start.
And he's the type of player, John, that can actually be hard to match up. Very quick on a lead, good overhead.
Very strong
but more
mark.
importantly, he can kick very straight.
Yeah, and he's over the last few weeks he's had the odd stint up forward. They've thrown him up, and I think he kicked 4 goals in the last quarter a couple of weeks ago. Is a goal kicker, there's no doubt about that, and with his strong hands could pose a problem for Dale Kickett deep in the forward line.
So the margin is 17 points. The Eagles, shades of round 1, starting brilliantly. Ball and Michael. Michael is doing well. Holland. Now Fletcher inside the centre square. Comes down towards half forward in front. Waterhouse. That'll be a great duel. Waterhouse and McKenna. Norrish to Black, who lines up and gets the Dockers first.
That's the reply that Fremantle needed. They need to stay just in touch, not let the Eagles get too far in front. And this is a well-worked goal here. Great tap by Tim Michael out of the centre, and then just a good series of use of the footy going forward. They had numbers at the 4, which is always helpful, and then Heath Black just swinging out in his natural left foot was always going to gobble that one up. They're the sort of goals that he's expected to kick, and he did well on that occasion.
They needed that one just to steady things down. Heath Black on the run from long range. Michael doing well in here. Wins it again into the path of Holland. Lost it. Spinning out of trouble. Peter Matera shows the ball to one player and another. Comes away and kicks it towards half forward. Philip Matera on the lead. Pushed in the back. No free. You're kidding. Comes across towards Jakovic. Stood up in the tackle. Got the hand pass away to White. Peter Matera tries to go back to the middle. Gave it away. Chopped off by Fletcher. Fletcher down towards half forward. Mark is taken by Callahan. Callahan sees a run at Norrish. He has the ball at right half forward. Plays on now. Comes back towards the middle and Black. Black who got the last goal. Spots another man across the ground. That's ambitious. Wills edged his opponent under the ball. Banfield. It runs on to McManus. Sharp angle. Good kick. Goal.
And that was a terrific shot on goal.
Yeah, very classy kick by Sean McManus. Different to Heath Black in that he was on his, he's not a natural left footer. Swung out onto it and just slotted it straight through. Very good kick. And again, just well worked forward by Fremantle. Put the pressure on Peter Matera up the ground and he coughed the ball up with a poor handball. Probably should have got it onto his boot. And once that turnover happened, Fremantle worked it well to finish off with a very good goal.
Clem Michael is looking terrific. Grew up barracking for the West Coast Eagles. Glenn Jakovic, one of his favourites. Well, he's hurting them at the moment. We watch it again. Beaten this time by Ball, who slapped it down to the back of the hand. Comes to Norrish. Hurriedly out of the centre, down towards half forward. Coming through was Holmes. Wills a fumble. Socket away there by Matera. Over the ball was Jakovic. It's going to be a free kick to Wills. Kicking in danger. Margin 5 points. Dramatic change. Across the ground comes Wills to Black. Cousins on the mark. Hasn't touched it yet. Black finds Norrish. McManus runs on. Flirting with the idea. Norrish decides against it. And goes back to take a long kick. Across the ground it goes. Set up for Wirra out there. Wapunda knocked it away. Onto the loose ball goes Holland. Dragged down. Hand passes to kick it. Tried to get through. Wirra in the opposite direction. Look out. Black in trouble. Braun's got him. Hurried kick. Well done by Black to Norrish. 55 metres out. Stabs it to Kickett. And Kickett's got it. He'll kick from right on the 50.
And just at the moment, John, you can just see that the Fremantle's Dockers players, when there is a congested loose ball to be won, they are getting the right spots. First of all, they're getting their bodies in line with the footy, but there's players on the periphery to receive the footy front and centre.
Kickett trying to bend it back. It's offline. Behind. Good start.
And Black's been pretty important across half forward. He's already had 5 possessions, 4 kicks, 1 handball. He will certainly have to, his direct opponent Holmes will certainly have to tighten up.
Holmes has got it now. Only his 4th game, not a good kick. Up towards the middle. Chopped off by Bandy to Fletcher. Fletcher from 55. Long kick, accurate kick. Goal. Dockers lead.
Well, that's a good goal. The Eagles looked a bit uncertain coming out. Took Ashton McIntosh a while and still didn't look that happy with his kick to Holmes. Holmes got it though, and then a very poor kick, just coughed it straight over. And that wind obviously is doing a bit because Adrian Fletcher, not the longest kick in the game, and he's kicked it from outside 50 and cleared the guys on the goal line. He is a very, very good kick. Obviously summed it up and knew with the breeze behind him, it was within his reach. Just good, smart football.
Eagles got the first 3. The Dockers have got the last 3. Ball goes up, slaps it down. Dockers doing very well inside the centre square. Norrish, light rain starting to fall. Going towards the outer side. Callahan's in front. Callahan gets the hand pass away to Michael. Michael, the looping handball back towards the wing, and Norrish, he's been busy. Down towards half forward. Wills, overcommitted McKenna. Swooping on the loose ball, Waterhouse. Callahan had to stretch. He's got it. Right pocket for a left footer.
It's the speed of the Dockers that are actually worrying the Eagles at this current time. Not only are they running hard and fast to receive, but their ball use in terms of finding a teammate is very good.
Ray Callahan. Can the run continue here for the Dockers?
He likes it.
Lovely kick. Goal.
Well, this is an exciting start to the game. Both clubs come out full of run. Just there, 2 Eagles players over committing Reid and Mainwaring. And that once Callaghan then could get the ball free, there were Dockers players running loose. So Guy McKenna couldn't get a fist on it, would have been aiming to get it out of bounds. And once that ball's still in play in that area, very dangerous. They worked it well forward to Callaghan.
And Callaghan was the player that actually got the ball out across centre wing and followed up. Good play.
Over 10 minutes to go till quarter time. 7 goals kicked already, and they're coming in spurts. Ball knocked it down. Braun worked out of it. Black falling to the ground. Hand passes to Fletcher. Advantage is paid. Norris, he's been everywhere so far. Norris breaks away. Down to half forward, goes looking for Modra. Great closing speed from McIntosh. It ricochets across to Michael. Michael to Wills, and that's a shocking effort. But all the time in the world, it may have been a lack of talking, but just threw it on the boot. Lucky to kick a point.
You do rely on voice here, don't you, Mick? But you also rely on your own sense of having that time, and Wills just didn't realise he had a bit of space. Also had Brad Wirra free, could have flicked the ball over, but took the wrong option.
And Cousins is one player that'll have to change his game. He's gravitating towards the ball, and Norris, his opponent, is sucking off the contest, and he's already had 8 possessions to 1.
Fletcher told to play on. You can see the umpire in the foreground. So Fletcher kicks inside the 50. Wirra's got it now. Jason Norris, 9 possessions already. Talk about a fired up start. He's been overshadowed in terms of milestones coming in. His 100th game. Main Waring's been the man in the spotlight, but Norris putting his stamp on this game in the early going. Brad Wirra, sharp angle. This could hurt the Eagles. It's on its way. He likes it. That's another one. This crowd is stunned.
Well, 5-goal first quarter is a great start. Just in so much contrast. As Chris Waring comes off the ground, Chad Tool coming on. And a couple of other players for the Eagles that really can't get themselves into the game as well. But 5 goals first quarter. It's what they finished with last time in round 1 again in the Western Derby. They kicked 5 goals, 9 in the last quarter. They've come out pumped up to make sure they get off to a good start.
5 unanswered goals from the Fremantle Dockers. In the blinking of an eye, really. Michael directs it behind the pack. They're doing so well in there. Bond goes with the outside of the boot. Releases Black. Black runs through centre wing. Probing kick towards half forward. Rapunda played it well, knocked it down in front. Cousins back to the run of Rapunda. Held a long time. He'll get the free kick. In fact, it may come back. No, it's coming back to Rapunda.
It was Cousins' kick, but they paid it down the ground to Rapunda.
Okay. Cousins to Holmes inside the centre square. Cousins slung behind play. Umpire goes across, has a word as the ball bounces to half forward for the Eagles. Up goes McManus, dragged down, locked in, ball up about 65 metres out from the western goal. The goal the Eagles are attacking here. There's Chad Rintoul just on the ground in place of the man in the distance, Chris Waring. In the foreground you saw Jason Ball. He's off the ground as well. Bounce out his side. Bandy and Fuster. Fuster clean possession at the second attempt. Parker through the congestion. Kicks towards the outer side. Was that a push? Yes, it was, says the umpire. Against Reed. Callaghan to take it. That'll be interesting to watch. A main event in some stadiums around the world, that one. Short pass, Clement. Up towards right half forward. Clement. Half distance kick inside the 50. Modra hands to it, couldn't hang on. McKenna goes to ground. Waterhouse, was he pushed in the back? Back comes McKenna on all fours, gets the hand pass away. Close to the boundary line, they'll work it away. Well, McIntosh just kicks it straight to Holland. Amazing. Bellotti got it to McIntosh, and McIntosh, as if this man was wearing an Eagles jumper.
Yeah, that's just a lazy kick.
It was. Just looking for Chad Morrison, there's no doubt there, and just too lazy, that's right. A bit more urgency. You had Guy McKenna waiting for a handball as well, who was a bit more open. And you pay the ultimate price, Mick, when you're just that little bit lazy.
It's just a low percentage, trying to get the ball back into that part of the ground when you're under a bit of pressure. But it's also interesting to note, Matera's now gone to Norwich and actually dragged him back to the forward pocket in the Eagles' forward line. Be interesting to see what Drum does there. Does he keep with that matchup, or does he react and keep Norwich into the midfield, where he's been a terrific player for the Dockers?
Brody Holland looking to put the lead over 20 points. They've missed it. Away to the right. His dad Don was a fine player for Glenorchy in Tasmania. The family now, and a commitment to the Dockers, have come to Perth. There's McIntosh, relieved no doubt. after that last kick of his. Philip Matera indicating back towards the middle. McIntosh very undecided. Told to hurry up. Comes towards the members' side with a kick. Bellotti outmaneuvered by Bandy. Well, the Dockers looking irresistible at the moment. Their football is first class after a sluggish start. McManus worked his way in front, fell to ground, ball jarred out. Over the ball is Modra. Coming through down there is Black, tackled strongly and worked to the ground by Bellotti. Ball up. 34 plays 18. And those four, I think, very early in the game. One-way traffic at the moment. Bellotti knocks it down. Reed sold Morrison into trouble. Reed, likewise Braun, who spins out of it. Well played. Only as far as Parker. And the Dockers will put it back in. 6.5 minutes till quarter time. Explosive start at Subiaco Oval on Sunday football. Shane Parker. Little stutter step. Backs off. Waterhouse offering a lead. He's going for distance. McIntosh, Modra, Bandy in from the side, misjudged it. Had he judged it, he could have marked it. Banfield, plenty of help. Morrison, Reed now, he's at left half back. Where will he go next? They're tightly marked up the ground. Reed buying some time. Goes for distance down towards half forward. In from the side. Dale Kickett. Almost a clever mark. Fell to Callahan. Throws it on the boot. High up and under. Black meters in the clear. Runner cruising past is Bond. Bandy wants it out in front. Bond ignores that. Goes for distance. Punda dropping back. Modra with the one hand. Directed it down to Wirra. His second goal.
Well, another sensational goal by Fremantle. The Eagles looked like they had it. They got some space on the far side of the ground and looked like they were going to run it out. A good contest by Dale Kickett. And then just numbers around the ball again, forcing it forward. And on that occasion, as it went forward, David Wirra left his opponent in Wirra to try and get right under the fall of the ball. Wirra stayed back, and then that just meant he could run onto it. Very good play by Modra. I think he was aware that Wirra was in front.
Interesting situation on the other side of the ground when Reed was carrying the ball. It wasn't creative running by the players up the ground. No angles to it. It was just running across the face of the oval, all in the one direction. Reed tried to buy some time, but eventually they turned it over at half back to this man, Kickett. Kickett, a thumping handball goes wide to Callahan. Too nimble for Bellotti. Pulls it back to the middle, and Michael spots Fletcher. This is top stuff. Fletcher, who's on top of the league ladder. If you just arrived and were watching this one, that's a question on your lips, no doubt. Bandy, 60 metres out. Not a good effort. Punda goes back. Always his ball. Plays on. Punda towards the outer side. Jakovic. Just over 5 minutes to go. 22 points the margin after the Eagles booted the first 3 goals of the game. Punda towards half forward. Too high there for White. Parker. They're playing on. Parker to half forward. Holland stretches. Wills has got it. Wirra's on around the corner. Wills doesn't spot him. Plays on. Pulls it back. I think it's another one. It's raining goals at Subiaco Oval. They're rejoicing.
Well, this is an unbelievable start for the Fremantle Dockers. The Eagles kicked the first 3 goals of the game, and all of a sudden the Dockers have kicked 7 unanswered goals. A remarkable turnaround, but it's the Fremantle Dockers team who are really running hard, finding space for each other, backing themselves when they got the opportunity to wheel inside and play on. Just having a look at the West Coast Eagles midfield, Cousins is out of the centre square. He's been replaced by Philip Matera.
Amazing stuff.
Be interesting to see how long Kemp's off the ground for. I think he's the player that's got to go back into the midfield and steady the ship. Hasn't started on the ground at this stage. He's very critical. I think he's got to make that move, Mick Malthouse.
Fletcher got it to Bandy, who spots Waterhouse, and Waterhouse is marked. Distance won't be a problem. Fletcher, 11 possessions.
As you said, Mick, Braun is a player who's coming off to make way for Dean Kemp, and certainly Kemp is a player who doesn't get flustered in these conditions. We've already seen some of the Eagles players giving the ball up because they feel the pressure. Dean Kemp will still be very cool.
Live Waterhouse. Try to will it through. It's close. Brush the post. Behind.
With both Ben Cousins and Peter Matera. They're the two midfielders that they missed last week, but neither of them have been able to get in the game. They're both in the forward line for the Eagles, so now they need someone like Dean Kemp to get his hands on the ball.
McIntosh drives it towards the outer side. Some body work out there. Michael knocks it down. This is the best start, best first term for the Fremantle Dockers in a Western Derby. Previous best, 32 points, 5-2. Now Wirra's got the ball across the boundary line. The Eagles will take the resultant free. I suppose if you were drawing it up, this is the way you would, despite what happened in round one. Let the champs come from behind and overhaul the young pups around the outer side. The hand pass from Carroll, taken high Banfield. He'll get the free kick.
I think he's one player that has to go back into that centre square, get some experience and strength over the footy to stem the tide from the Dockers' point of view.
Bandy. What a month he's having. Just over 3 minutes to go.
Ooh.
Callahan. Good talking, Mick. Callahan comes across to Bond. Whoops, drops it. In trouble. Dragged down. Cummings got him a long way up the ground. Well done. The hand pass to Cousins. Cousins hand passes wide. Bond slides in trouble. Dragged down by Philip Matera. Picked up by Cummings. Gets it to Rintoul. They've got a spare man. Rintoul. High kick down towards full forward. Oh, great poise there by Kickett.
Yeah, he didn't actually try to find the body of Metropolis. Kept his eyes on the ball, and that's great defensive play.
Callahan to O'Reilly, and Metropolis lost his balance too and was falling into Kickett, and Kickett would have none of it. Just wanted the footy. O'Reilly off his step, prods it up towards the wing, and Bandy. 3 goals to 7-5. If you've just joined us, where have you been? You've missed a bit. Bandy up towards the wing. Waterhouse under the ball. Holmes got a fist on it. Sliding in there, Holland. McManus close to the boundary line. Norris. Michael kicks inside the 50. Wills can run onto it. Modra stops it, locks it on the ground. Sockers then. Wills into space. Waterhouse can go back to McManus or turn. Spots a man in Wirra wide. Goes short instead. Intended for Modra. Gave too much of it to McIntosh. He knocked it away. Chance for the Eagles around the outer side then. Reed, a couple of bounces. Running it up towards half forward. Spots Cummings up ahead. Closing O'Reilly. Cummings takes the mark.
What sensational football all across the ground. Both sides just so desperate, so urgent. Ashley McIntosh really lifted his effort then to make that spoil on Modra. Then the hard run down the ground, and that's a great mark. Off balance. Got the wrong arm up in the air, but just knew he wanted to get it to his chest.
And what a terrific to see. 3 components of our great game. The defensive punch to spoil, the run to create, good lead and good mark in the contest. Magnificent passage of play from the Eagles' point of view. That could be a significant turning point in the game.
Scott Cummings going at his second of the afternoon, looking for 66 right here. A kick from about 35. This time last year he'd kicked 31 goals for Port and was languishing. This afternoon he's the hope of the Eagles. He steers it through.
Well, Worcester, I think it's an understatement. They certainly needed that one to stem the tide. As we said earlier, the Eagles did kick the first 3 goals of the game. Then the Dockers controlled the footy for about 15-minute period, and they kicked 7 goals. But this is magnificent build-up. Good punch there by McIntosh. Good speed over the ground. Reed realised he had plenty of space. Matera tried to lay the shepherd. He changed his angles in kicking towards the Cummings lead. Good build-up.
Scotty Cummings, 2 goals already. 2 of 4. The Eagles trail. 12 scoring shots to 4. Norris, who was hot, incandescent to start the game. Peter Matera couldn't get through. Michael, well done, got it wide. This is Wills. We're down to 30 seconds remaining in this first term. McKenna, all or nothing there. Good mark.
It just goes to show how important he is, isn't he? Wushy, he hasn't had a lot of the footy.
He's got a very sore knee and he is limping now, so we'll have to watch that.
Oh, Reed tried to crash through. Couldn't find an opening. Play goes on. Wills, well, again, the kick had more time.
Holding on.
McIntosh was held on to by Modra. Free kick to McIntosh. Dying seconds of the term. I doubt he'll get to kick it. Deep breath from Michael Malthouse. Wondering what the heck happened there. Barra not far away, lurking. Quarter time. What a remarkable first term.
Yeah, magnificent quarter of footy. That's the start the Fremantle's Dockers would love to go into this game. If they wrote the script to be in front at quarter time and leading by 23 points, that's exactly what the start they'd like.
They certainly know that they have to kick a lot of goals to beat the Eagles. They haven't been able to do that. See how they go.
We've said no lead is safe. We'll see. Get off. Hopefully he's okay. Adrian?
Well, Dennis, the Dockers absolutely on fire down here. Back to you.
Thank you, Adrian.
The Eagles have got their big guns. Cousins, Kemp and Matera in the centre for this bounce.
Start of the second term. Holland has been very good. Arches the back, gets through, kicks inside the 50 and Bandy gathers the bouncing ball. Jakovic runs him down. Holland runs on though. Deep in the pocket. Have a crack at it, son. Oh, bad advice. Should have centred it.
But hasn't Michael been terrific in the centre square?
Yeah.
He is an exciting talent. He's already had 8 hit-outs from that part of the ground. He's had 5 possession, but 3 players in the midfield are certainly creating problems for the Eagles. Fletcher's had 12 possessions. Norris has had 12 also, and Callahan's bobbed up with 9.
Becomes a long field when you lose the centre square against a speedy side. There's the kick from McIntosh. Members side. Jakovic beaten clearly by Bandy.
Change of direction.
To the middle, and Fletcher. What a player. Fletcher inside the centre square. Takes on Kemp. Such is the confidence. Nice kick too. Awkward bounce though. The half volley got by Callahan. Taken by Reed. Strong Shepherd. That was Holmes. Kick to the outer side. Ball picks it up. Tries to come back inside. Kemp taken front on by Fletcher. And across the boundary line it goes.
Dennis, I'll give you that boundary news now. The rain is coming. It's getting quite dark actually down here. The breeze right to left, and it's worth a goal or two to the benefit of the Eagles at the moment.
Cousins surrounded to Ball. Ball chips it up towards the wing and White. That's better.
This will be his first kick for the day.
Mitchell White towards half forward. Peter Matera about 75 metres out from goal. Taking plenty of time. Stabs the ball down towards the pocket, and Metropolis worth waiting for as far as the Eagles are concerned.
Still a lot of work to do with this kick. Very tough position. Although he is aided by that breeze, and we saw the Dockers in that first quarter kick some good goals from that side of the ground. But a lot better work then. The Eagles just starting to find a bit of space forward of the play. See Mitchell White leading up into space for the first time.
It's a pretty deadly kick. Hasn't missed too many. Daniel Metropolis. 10 metres in from the boundary. Trying to bend it back. What's he done? It's brushed the post. Well, people talk about goals and behinds for players over the course of the season, saying sometimes they're not too accurate, but it does depend on where you kick them from. Good effort from there. Clement to bring it back in. Normally a long kick. That's a lovely kick into the path of Bandy. Only one man could get to that ball. He got there.
Terrific hands also in the contest.
Bandy up towards the wing. McManus needs to get it on the ground. Refused to drop the mark. He was hit across the back of the head. Picked up by Fletcher. Bounces it down to half forward and Michael to Callahan. Callahan's kick. Well, not a good one. Chopped off by Holmes. Under pressure. He did play on. Kicks to midfield. That's going to be 50. Peter Matera. Need right in the centre of the back, and gee, they hurt.
Yeah, terrific stuff there by Matera to stand his ground. He would have been aware that there was someone coming from behind. Never ever did he once take his eyes off the ball. He accepted that there would be some body contact. Fust has been removed from the ground, no doubt, for his indiscretion on centre wing. Look from up here that he certainly did drop his head in that contest. Jones has come onto the ground. He's going forward. But this is a critical kick from Matera.
It is a crucial kick. They'd be very happy to get the first goal on the board in this quarter. It really does close the margin and put the pressure back on Fremantle, who were just so outstanding in their run in that first quarter.
Peter Matera then. Distance won't be a problem. It looks good. It's a goal.
It just appears, John, that end it's a right to left breeze. Matera, through his experience, realised that and kicked from that to that part of the ground. It's good to see in the midfield. They look like they've got their matchups right. Kemp's gone to Fletcher. Cousins is now picking up the dangerous Holland. And Matera's gone back into the centre square. He's picked up Norris. A little bit of stability back in that ground. If they can stabilise this quarter and keep in touch with the Dockers and try to nullify their run and go into half-time more or less level.
An exciting Western Derby, 17 points the margin. It bounces to Cousins. Cousins falling to the ground, gave it away. Wills had it a while. Kemp rides him down. Wills drags it back in. Norris to his own advantage. Well shepherded there by Carroll. Fletcher once more swings it out wide. Taylor just on the ground, low down. Man on towards half-forward Holland. Nobody near him. Well, he cribbed a bit out of the centre square. He just ran down there. Holland sends it inside the 50. Watch for Waterhouse. Waterhouse has taken the mark. Give him a run at your peril.
Just watching young Ben Cousins today, he's just certainly just running to where the action is, where his opponent Holland's playing a little bit smarter. He's just sucking off the contest and being used on the way through. Cousins will have to adjust his game.
Live. Puts it through the middle.
A good kick by Waterhouse. Important goal, that one. And we just see that, as you called it, Mick, that not just Ben Cousins, but quite a lot of the Eagles players are getting just sucked in hard at the football. Fremantle just under pressure of getting the ball over the top of those immediate opponents, and that lets Fremantle players running away with the ball. And they seem to be finding a lot of space at the moment.
It's 6 to 5-1. Play restarts. Ball comes off his long run. Michael beat him though. Once again, Fletcher runs out of the centre, kicks down towards the pocket, being held. Modra must be a kick. Well, eventually it came. It was belated. Modra's got this one 25 metres out.
It was a belated free kick. I think the umpire thought that Modra may have been going to take the mark anyway, so he waited. Once he didn't take the mark, he quickly blew his whistle and paid the free kick. So pretty good umpiring.
Once again, Fletcher involved in that centre clearance. He's had 16 possessions, Fletcher. I wouldn't be surprised if Reid or someone like that actually should go to him. Maybe a Banfield who's starting on centre wing. They certainly have to nullify his influence on the game.
Tony Modra, important kick, and it's okay. He's got it. His first.
Has it surprised you today, Woosha, not seeing Banfield in the centre square?
Well, yeah, they've used Banfield in different roles, on a wing, half forward, half back, and occasionally in the centre. And they're trying to, I think, get some creativity in there. They've got Matera, Cousins, and Kemp. Kemp really the only one playing a negating role in there. They may need Banfield in just to tighten up, because Fletcher certainly getting way too much of the football.
Adrian Fletcher averaging 26 possessions a game, 7th best in the AFL, 4 times in the last 5 weeks over 30 possessions, and today has 16. That's on pace to get about 50 or 60 today. Ball hand passes towards Cousins, fumbled, comes back to Cousins. Michael didn't stand back, he burrowed in on the ground. Fletcher, count that as a hand pass, picked up by Banfield. Banfield's hand pass comes towards the centre square. Rintoul hit the ground and bounced, if you don't mind. Kemp, meantime, kicks down towards half forward. Reaching over the top was Parker, taken by Bond, and it goes out of bounds. He actually bounced.
And there's an example. Dean Kemp won the ball, but he didn't actually run in a straight line to cover ground. He veered to give himself some space between himself and the chaser.
So the umpires have stopped the players. They check out how Rintoul is, but yeah, just smart play by Dean Kemp. Just knowing where his opponent was. Didn't have the leg speed to get away. Chad Rintoul is bleeding from the head and the nose. So obviously wasn't able to cushion his fall with his arms, and took the brunt of it front on.
Wayne Waring comes back on. Rapturous applause. And the news from Waverley is that Half had no broken bones, but He's been unconscious for quite some time after that clash of heads with his teammate. There's Mainwaring. There's Rintoul. There's Hank in the foreground. Speaking of milestone men, tossed in on the outer side. Ball, two-fisted, into the path of Matera. Left it behind, though. Black jumps in. He ties it up.
And obviously they had a game plan at the start of the game, especially with matchups, because Wills at the start of the game, if Mainwaring started, he was to go to him. We just saw then when Mainwaring come onto the ground, Wills was playing on Banfield. He did see Mainwaring come on, he went straight to him.
The veterans combined. Kemp gave it to Peter Matera, who kicks it down towards the pocket. It bounces and goes out of bounds. 29 points the difference. The Dockers on top. Flying start. Can they maintain? That could be broken. Bandy beaten by Ball, knocked towards the boundary line by Clement, taken across by Parker. As we said earlier, home game for the Eagles, hostile environment then for the Dockers. Reaching over the top ball, Fletcher in the back pocket this time, roving far and wide, but the kick goes out of bounds on the full. Jones to take it. Sumich country out there. Jones long down towards full forward. Ball in from the side almost. Had the run at it. Bandy the crumb. In trouble. Had it a long time. Carroll dragged down. Ball spills wide at the goal. Clement runs onto it. Kicks towards midfield. Great courage, son. Well done, McManus running with the flight of it. Wanted to go. The umpire demanding the ball come back. Well, not once did he sneak a peek, Sean McManus.
Good hard running. Very good football.
McManus wide of the centre square then. Comes down towards half forward. Modra had the run at it. Opted out. Reed slips the hand pass away, having got the crumb. McKenna. Wapunda. Look at him go. Wapunda drives it towards the outer side. Metropolis. Cousins is on. Cousins on the 50. Metropolis gets him the ball. Philip Matera could be the man in the middle for the next part of it. No, Cousins swings it towards goal. Cummings marks in the opposite pocket. It's not position A, but Cummings will be able to run around here and maybe finish it off.
Yeah, that's Ben Cousins' first kick for the day. I think that's the reason why they're behind on the scoreboard at this stage. Braun, Banfield, Morrison, Cousins, Kemp, Matera, those players have been rotating through the midfield. They just haven't got enough of the footy to give their key forwards, Mitchell White and Cummings, an opportunity to take some marks and kick some goals for their team.
Sharp angle as we can see. Scott Cummings going at his third. He runs around, he snaps and he kicks it.
That's a very good snap for goal. Just didn't panic, didn't rush himself, just set himself up. Took his third goal, just ran out, just needed a couple of steps to open it up enough and banked it through. But good run from the back line this time by the Eagles. Wirrapunda has been dragged right down into the goal square by Brad Wirra. But on that occasion he broke away, had some good run. But really the Eagles could have had an easy goal here, but Fremantle really put a lot of pressure on them, made them earn it.
9-6 plays 6-1. Rucks go at it. Ball to Jones. Jones manages a kick. High one down to half forward. Missed by Carroll. Taken by White. Philip Matera. 35 metres out closing. Pulls it back. I think it's okay. Or is it? No. Behind. Big roar went up. Put it behind to Philip Matera as the Eagles edge closer. A sellout crowd this afternoon. Tickets impossible to get this week. And they're enjoying it, at least now, as the Eagles try and force their way back.
And the Eagles coach Mick Malthouse has reacted to the dominance of Adrian Fletcher. Banfield's gone to him to basically play a run-with role.
Bond after good earlier work from Carroll. Michael in midfield. Off kicks into ball. This could prove costly. Ricochets to Mainwaring, the fumble. As it turned out, it helped him. The kick's a shocker, though. Kick it out, number 3-1. It bounces to Morrison. He didn't look Morrison. The kick not good. It bounces out of bounds in the pocket.
Yeah, poor play by Chad Morrison. Had a very open forward line. At worst, he could have just put the ball out in front to give Scott Cummings a chance. He really just blazed away, put it out of bounds. had plenty of other options, and just rushing it, same as Chris Mainwaring's kick, just small mistakes that are putting the forwards under pressure.
White's in front, sneaking around his Parker, took it, gets the hand pass away, taken though by Cousins to Morrison. Morrison off his step, pulls it back to the middle, and the mark is taken by guess who? Fletcher drives it towards the outer side. Gale new on the ground, tracking it towards the boundary. Norris is running hard. It goes in that direction. Can he get the angle on this one? Now he fumbles. Jakovic just hanging off him. Well played, Jack. Out of bounds. Like a sheepdog there, Jakovic. He wouldn't commit, just hung back.
Yeah, smart defensive tactic there. He could have easily ran at that loose ball while it was bouncing around and ran at the body of Norris, but he treaded water, waited to see what Norris was going to do, and did the calculated thing and got the ball across the boundary line.
Norris, quick hands. Fletcher got it to Holland, who kicks to half forward. Missed down there by Braun, coming through his Banfield. Had it knocked away. Fletcher jumps on top of it again just moments ago. He was down, getting a kick in the back pocket, Adrian Fletcher. 20 possessions to him now. Still 11.5 minutes to go. Could be a world record. Bounce inside the centre square. Ball directs it down. Taken by Black hurriedly into space. How will this one bounce? High, where Punda tries to knock it down to Holmes. Holmes the hand pass. Well done. Peter Matera, where Punda around the boundary. Aided by a fine shepherd from Peter Matera. Long kick. Cousins in front. Could have almost got a free. Nothing doing. Throw it in, says the umpire.
Dennis, just some bench news from down here. Chad Rintoul just dazed, but almost certainly has a broken nose. Also on the bench for the Eagles, Bellotti. Mainwaring just came off. Kent went back on. Fuster as well on the bench. Docker's bench, Callaghan and McManus, Harding and Prescott.
Ball knocked it down. Taken by Black. Shrugs a couple of would-be tacklers. Shepherded by Carroll. Runs to the wing. High kick to half forward. Michael could have been held. Nothing doing. Coming through strongly. Doing it well out there is Holmes. Holmes pulls it back towards midfield. Banfield needs a bounce. He got it. Banfield on the wing then. Down towards half forward. A couple of players slipped. Both of them trying to regain their footing. Kickett got up and took the mark. Short to Clement. He's at right half back. Clement to the middle. Norris, who started brilliantly, getting back into the action now. He was taken away initially. Gets it to Wills. Wills plays on. Very high kick back to half forward. Don't know what that was all about. McKenna takes the mark. Must be the speed Wills travels at. Sometimes it just sends the wrong messages to the brain. There's McKenna.
That principle of inside footy, it's got to go to the open side of the field rather than turning back to where the football come from.
Your forwards lead
you
that
kick
way,
to congestion. Yeah.
The forwards start their lead the way they want you to run. You stop and turn like that and it throws everyone out.
Peter Matera getting busy. Off his step. Dean Kemp. It got us a game, I think. 60 plays 38. Kemp towards half forward. Tailor-made for Jones. Going back, it was good defence by the Dockers. Knocked across the line by Bandy.
A pretty smart kick there by Kemp. He looked to the advantage of Jones, who was running into the space vacated from behind, but due to Bandy's height, he was able to spoil the ball.
Boundary throw in right on the 50. Ball goes up. Taken by Jones. Threads the hand pass to White. White pulls it back. They'll contest about 20 metres out. Morrison got very high. Crashing the pack down there was Black. Hand passes to O'Reilly. Morrison bearing down. Gale's got it. Clement's breaking. O'Reilly has it now, but Clement's the danger up the ground. It comes in that direction. He's metres in the clear, James Clement. Men on inside. Fletcher one of them. Fletcher through the centre square finds Waterhouse. Fletcher continues to run. Waterhouse flirts with the idea. Modra wants it long. Clive unloads. They'll contest 10 metres out. McIntosh is in front. Nobody touched the ball. It's bouncing around in there. Holmes knocked it down. Wills lost it close to the boundary line, where Punda goes in on Taylor. And across the line it'll be thrown in.
And John, I haven't seen the West Coast Eagles miss tackles as much as they have today.
Yeah, they've missed tackles. They've really felt the pressure that Fremantle put on them. Disposal mistakes as well as missing those tackles.
Waterhouse got it from Norris. High floating kick. McIntosh off the boot of Modra, I think. Out of bounds on the full, was it?
Yeah, the boundary umpire was unsided with that one, Dennis. Didn't see that at all, but it did look like it came off Modra's boot.
Looked like it was on the full from Modra.
Yeah, straight off Modra's boot.
Good call, Dennis.
Boundary throw in, due for one. Waterhouse gets it from Norris again. Rapunda 5 metres out. Paid the mark.
Fremantle getting their hands on a lot more of the loose ball from the stationary contest, Mick, and even when the ball's going forward to a contest, there Fremantle have the numbers around the crumbs.
McIntosh finds Jankovic on the outer side. Glenn Jankovic hugging the boundary. Mitchell White hugging his rival. Off hands. Kemp, as he got the ball, he's dragged down. Must be a free kick. Umpire Hallett agrees.
And Kemp, since he's come back onto the ground, he's gone to across half forward. He just adds that little bit of hardness across half forward, but also that creative flair, which they desperately need. It's also interesting, watch the cat and mouse tactics. Good kick.
Going back, Fletcher did very well. I think he just touched that one enough to unsettle Metropolis. Kick at the high ball back then towards the outer side wing. Gale a leaper. There's a chance for White, claimed by Parker. Fletcher once more close to the boundary line. Delicately just laid it down. Bond was in the general vicinity and the umpire says throw it in. Well, Fletcher has been inspired. 22 possessions from a man who has been around the league. You do wonder sometimes. Morrison falling to the ground. A hand pass towards the attacking 50. Peter Matera will be slung after he hand passed. That's okay, says the umpire. In go the bodies. Bond. Hand passes back to Carroll. Carroll, a hand pass wide. Taken by Bandy. Bandy at left half back. Kicks it up towards midfield. Fletcher works off Braun. Runs away now. Falling to the ground. Got it to Waterhouse. Waterhouse is back to goal. Comes back towards Black. Sweeping hand pass to Gale. Gale holds the ball aloft. Got through there somehow. Kicks it down towards centre half forward. Taylor is there. Bounces off Harding. Comes towards Jankovic. Run down by Michael. Gets the hand pass away. Taken by Morrison. Morrison untidy hand pass. Bounces obligingly for McKenna. Goes in short to Ball. Ball is marked inside the centre square. Wants to go. Out wide 50-50 ball. Well, better than that for Carroll. It was wide of Jones. Jones did well. Dragged him down. In comes Kemp. Held a long time. Back to Jones. The hand pass over the shoulder favours Kickett. He's tackled by Matera. He enjoyed the sling if nothing else. Bandy gets the hand pass to Black. Black across to Bond. Bond at half back, the high ball. Floating through the centre square. Running back with courage is Cousins. It spills. Taken by Reid. Back to Cousins. Cousins forward of half back. Probing kick. Coming hard is Parker. Parker knocked it down to his own advantage. Hit the ball running. Kicks back to half forward. Coming in strongly is Reid. And Reid knocks it away from Taylor. And it's out of bounds.
A good strong hard spell by Phil Reid. Committed himself to the ball. Kept his eyes on it. Well done, Taylor, holding his ground.
I mentioned the cat and mouse tactics before. I was going to mention Ball's trying to push forward, dragging Bandy out of that half forward region. He's taking the centre bounce and trying to push that to that part of the ground.
McKenna got it to Cousins, to Jones. Not a natural left footer. It comes to Norris, to Harding. This could hurt the Eagles. Modra, indecisive with the lead, slips away at the last moment. McIntosh did well. Holmes likewise. Comes to McKenna. McIntosh, Kemp, McKenna. Cool heads prevail. The kick not that good, although it bounces to Bellotti. Bellotti's away around the outer side. The big man comes back to White. White on the wing towards half forward. Clement did well. Stepped around Philip Matera.
A small man like Matera, get it out in front of him. They're just not kicking the ball to the advantage of their forwards.
Mark Gale off his step. Black, they're running harder than the Eagles. Black on the outer side. Heath Black. As a kid was a big Ben Allen fan. Now he's wearing number 7. Big boots to fill. Norris, Spears in the pass. Fletcher. Fletcher gives it back to Clement. Clement to Harding, to Clement. Could go over the top to Bond. Ignores that. Callahan. Position A for the left footer if you're talking about angles.
I've been impressed with his game merely because he's worked extremely hard in the forward part of the ground. He's had 10 possessions. This will be his 10th kick. He has really gave an option not only on the lead, he's kicked the goal in the first quarter, but also trying to get his hard body into the contest.
Callahan splits it. Great goal.
Good work by Freo. Long time in between goals on that occasion, but they've kept their pressure up. And it is a good sign. We can see two teammates actually spoil each other here. but they've still got the numbers and the time around the ball to recover. Feed it out to Clement, who ran on. We see he uses the ball, runs on again. And then Callaghan, as Mick said, working very hard up forward, starting from the goal square and taking a good mark.
So the margin is 28 points. The Eagles needing a win this afternoon. Gee, this could cement the rivalry. Eagles fans who probably don't mind the Dockers, if you ask them, are going to be hurt by the Dockers if this keeps going. Harding gets the hand pass across to Holland, who spears it into Wirra. And Wirra's taken the mark 35 metres out.
Once again, a midfield turnover. Cousins not finding his teammate with the hands. Situations like that, Woosher, I firmly believe you're better off getting the ball forward with your feet rather than trying to invent a handball and create a turnover.
No doubt, Mick, and the pressure that Fremantle have put on and had the numbers around it, they make sure that if there is that small chance there, winning the ball and taking it away.
This for a lead of 34 points if it's accurate. Brad Wirra has already kicked 2, both in the opening term. He's missed to the right. Damien Drum. He'll be enjoying this at the moment. Turns 39 in a couple of weeks. Holmes. Driving kick. Pushing the back to Bandy. Must get a free. So agile. Daniel Bandy starting to believe in himself. Modra offers. Well, he's outnumbered 4-1. He needs to mark. Falls behind, arriving quickly. Black to Waterhouse. Clive turns around, goes into an open goal and has missed. Clive.
Well, he does do that to us, Clive. Sets up some sensational footy, and on that occasion just missing the most easy goal. Did have a player on in the goal square if he wanted to use him. Didn't really have to. I mean, he was running in close enough to bang it through. Just missed the shot in the end. But Guy McKenna and Ashley McIntosh actually spoiling each other. Waterhouse stayed down, McKenna's direct opponent, and reaped the rewards of reading that play.
What am I going to tell the members as the ball goes towards the outer side and it's a free kick to the Eagles? Big roar goes up. Djakovic to get the free. Sun breaks through. Djakovic from half back sends play up towards the wing. Mitchell White works his way in front. Must get a free kick. Hard man to play against Parker. White coming off Gaspar, getting Parker this afternoon. If you were going to hand-pick opponents for him, they're the two. Harding from the miscue from White, terrible kick. Will kick it. Just got it away in time. Serving it up in the middle like a head chef at the moment is Fletcher. Got it out to Clement, to Harding. Clement could kick this. Runs to 50. He's a long kick, but he tugs it way left. Distance wasn't a problem. In fact, he added a bit. Matera's down. He's down twice. Make it 3. No. Clement and Matera. They're 3. There you go.
He's now got the free kick, Peter Matera. He was waiting for it. He finally drew the umpire's attention. The ball will come back. The third umpire, the one furthest away, was the one watching the contest between Clement and Matera, and he decided that after three times you're down, you're going to finally have a free kick. Pretty hard earned that one, though.
One for each umpire. Put him down 3 times. And the crowd not happy there, booing the Dockers fans, maybe missing Peter Carey. Mind you, last week he was Richard Nixon with a whistle. As the ball comes down towards half forward, it's taken by Banfield. Kicks inside the 50, and at the back it's Philip Matera. And the mark is paid. So the indiscretion, not once, not twice, but 3 times by James Clement, has cost his side at the other end.
I think in terms of discipline, you've got to get Clement off the ground, have a word to him. You just can't afford to do something when you can control a situation. Just ridiculous play, could cost the goal.
It's a big
Fremantle game.
Because it was his poor kick went out of bounds on the full. It was almost, should have been a goal for Fremantle. And then he's frustrated. He's given away a free kick, and now the Eagles are having a shot. That is a big turnaround.
Blood rule. Clem Michael comes off. 1:43 till half time. So important kick here for Philip Matera, going at his second. Margin currently at 30 points. Just to pull it back to 24. Philip Matera. has kicked the goal. Or has he? No, he's kicked the behind. What a surprise there from Matera. Normally a dead-eye Dick. Speaking of eyes, O'Reilly takes the ball at right half back. O'Reilly up towards the wing, and Bond close to the boundary line. Bellotti hit him hard. Jumping to his feet though, Bond got it again. Wrestled down by Morrison. Whistle and a bounce.
Yeah, that's a much better tackle there by Morrison, but looks like Braun's given away a free kick. Now it's a bit on behind the footy between Bandy and Matera. They've both gone to ground. There is starting to be a fair amount of feeling in this contest.
Up goes Clive, misjudges it completely. Mark is taken by McKenna, the short one. Awkward for White inside the centre square, bouncing around, gets the hand pass off to Kemp. Kemp, high kick towards centre half forward. Clement still on the ground and takes a very good mark. James Clement goes wide to Fletcher. Possession number 26 for Fletcher. Ricochets off Djakovic down towards half forward. Bellotti slides in. It's in there somewhere. Tries to give it to Kemp. Back it comes to Djakovic. Djakovic releases Cousins. Cousins running down towards half forward, close to the boundary line. Pulls it back. Philip Matera waits. Over the top, Clement. In front, Holland. Showed a lot of courage. The hand pass, not particularly good. Awkward bounce there for Fletcher. Spinning through his Philip Matera. Spots a man towards the pocket. And Morrison has taken the mark and makes his mark about 25 metres out.
And Dennis, it's interesting, Clement is coming off the ground, and I reckon that is terrific coaching from Jum. In terms of discipline, I think it's a terrific policy. If one of your teammates do something wrong, be told, be instructed, because at the end of the day it could cost your team 4 points.
So Chad Morrison will kick after the siren. He made his debut against Fremantle, round 1, 1996. Since then he's kicked 8 goals in Western derbies. Not much of an angle. The margin at 29 points. Morrison looking for a tonic for the Eagles, and I think he's got it. He's delivered. A goal after the siren at the half, and that's a big one.
Well, it certainly is a big one, Dennis, and I think Peter Matera, I reckon through his experience, he just tried to get his teammates involved in this contest. Pretty smart play. He was in control of the situation, but he'd become the intimidator. But he knew exactly what he was doing. That might be the tonic that the Eagles need going into the halftime break. Really relished the contest. Good kick by Morrison, but there's still a lot of footy left in this game.
So it's half time, and the margin as it was at quarter time. Dockers by 23 points.